Have you ever been in a room and somebody walked in the room and it changed the whole atmosphere? They were confident, they were a commanding presence in the room, and they filled the space. And were you excited that they were there in the room? And did you feel confident because they were there in the room? Or did you feel small, unimportant, intimidated? Did you start comparing yourself to them? So that may not be your story, but that was my story. Someone like that would walk in the room and I would immediately feel inadequate, wishing I was them, comparing myself to them. So where does that come from? It comes from what you believe about yourself and your inner dialogue. We have 60 to 70,000 thoughts every day. Fred Luskin at Sanford University says 80% of our thoughts are negative and 90% are repetitive. So if we are in a repetitive, negative cycle, we're not going to feel good about ourselves. Your voice is the voice that you hear most often every day. So your inner dialogue is going to create what you believe and feel about yourself. So belief comes from what we were taught as children. Now, there is no handbook on parenting. We do the best we can. Maybe you were told that you're capable, that you can do anything you want to do and be anything you want to be. Or your message might have been, you're not good enough. You need to look like them. You need to speak like them. Or maybe even you just need to be silent. Whatever that message was, it is now determining your inner dialogue. And when you have that negative inner dialogue, it's so easy to get into the space of comparison and perfectionism. So I want to tell you today that there is a way forward out of comparison and perfectionism. So has anybody ever said to you, you better recognize? That's the first thing. You have to recognize that you may be having this negative inner dialogue. Our thoughts and our emotions are so closely connected. I happen to be an identical twin, and my sister and I are alike in so many ways, but we have a unique fingerprint. And when you walk in a room, your uniqueness walks in that room. So how do you want to change the atmosphere? You better recognize that when you walk in that room, you get to decide, are you going to come in and you command confidence in the room, or are you going to feel small and unimportant? So after you recognize, it's time to reframe. It's time to change those thoughts around. So if you're saying to yourself, I'm not good enough, you just say to yourself, yes, I am. I am good enough. And you have to say it until you believe it. If you're saying, I wish I was like them, you need to say, I am who I am, and that is good enough. If you're saying, I want to look like that, or I want to sound like that, remember, you are unique. So if you're trying to compare yourself and be like everybody else in the room, who's being you? The room changes, the atmosphere changes when you walk in. So you better recognize, and you start reframing those thoughts. And then after you start reframing, you have to rehearse them over and over and over and over and over again. You have to declare who you are and what you want. So declare, I'm confident, I'm courageous, I'm powerful, I'm bold. And when you start to declare what you want and who you are, you begin to change that inner dialogue. So as you declare a thing, the Bible says it is established. It takes practice. So once you recognize, once you reframe, once you rehearse, then you pull back from comparison and trying to be perfect. And you step into your uniqueness. Because when you walk in the room, the atmosphere changes. So you decide how you want it to change. So as you're listening to me, I want you to repeat after me. I am capable.
I am capable.
I am powerful.
I am powerful.
I am confident.
I am confident.
I am courageous.
I am courageous.
I am unique.
I am unique.
I am bold.
I am bold.
And I am Dr. Michele Wells. And for those of you who know that this is for you, think about it. What is not changing? What are you being held up from because of your inner dialogue? Reach out to me for those that are ready at www.drmichelewells.com. You are unique. You are bold. You are capable. Thank you.